I'm so Derek. I'm the Talking with Famous People, the world's greatest YouTube channel, and most underappreciated. Today I'd like to talk to you about the odd stubbornness of the anti-smoking lot. I'm not even talking about smoking cigarettes, although there's certainly that. The drive to misrepresent stuff in favor of what they assume is the best behavior for people to do. It's horribly destructive. Like, you could to some extent blame it in part for me and Rachel's neuropathy. It's my lifetime's experience of people lying, about that kind of stuff that made me skeptical of unsubstantiated claims. But regardless, I'm making this video because, like, why hasn't Monica Barani left a comment saying, "You were right"? I just watched that video, the latter of the two. My day's going fine. They're, whatever that says. I can't read it. My eyes aren't that good. I can read what's up, how's your day going, but I can't read your name. It's a little blurry. I guess the font of the names is more blurry than the font of the actual words on my phone. I don't know. It's like bigger, but well, I guess it's the same size. It just must be bolded. Hey, you want to go inside? Here you go. My bad, dude. I didn't know you were waiting. Oh, yes. Look at the wonderful kitty. And where is she? She's sitting in a perfect place on this chair. Oh, she apparently is, actually. She apparently is on YouTube channel because after I told the story of, I know, isn't that great?
So great.
Watch out for that thing.
That thing?
Yeah, I don't know if that stings or not.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to check the mail.
Air on the side, caution. Okay, you check the mail. And I'll stand here and continue to complain. Like, the last video I made was very cogent, very well argued, etc. But despite that, I got a very long reply that called into question what I'm saying by creating a scenario where, I actually would have been much smarter than I am if I hadn't done that. And that's true of everybody who chooses to smoke pot. And therefore, that's why they show less cognitive decline, even though there's actually somehow more cognitive decline. But why isn't that representing their IQ then? I don't know. He's just trying to come up with any possible scenario that could justify contradicting the study that I talked about. Of course, he didn't mention temporal bargaining matters at all, any of the ontological assault at all. He only tried to critique my negation of her af, which was absolutely a slam dunk. It's one of the best videos I ever made, really. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Talk about that video the second video I made to Monica Ronnie when I wasn't so mad, where I went over, okay, we got 2 bills, cool.
Yeah, and then there's something for my dad and me.
I'm actually glad those bills came because I was like, where are those bills? What's taking them so long? So it's good to know that they are here.
Yeah.
If you scream at the top of your lungs, no thanks. I've got plenty of riz, yes, but I don't need any riz because I'm happily married to my perfect wife. Regardless, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the stubbornness of these nanny types that want to tell everybody what to do to stop smoking or stop smoking pot, and their insistence that we interpret it as bad. Like this guy said, there's a lot of very clear evidence that marijuana smoking causes brain fogging. Well, it's supposed to make you faded, right? But does it cause brain fogging when you're not smoking it? No, it doesn't. No, that's my wife. That was my wife, Rachel, Queen of Yosemite. She's, the other half of talking with Spanish people. I guess the cats get a little bit of it too. Okay, well, Nick, I don't care what you think. If you agree that one should stop just because of no reason, then there's nothing to respond to, right? Is it pink? Is what pink? The tip of my nose? Is my coquettish smile pink? Tee tee. Well, that's good, Nick. You're a dumbass, so I wouldn't expect you to. I get it. It's kind of a quick typing of you. I'm playing C.S. Joseph today. I typed you as a dumbass in just like 5 seconds. Is it pink? What are you talking about? What would you like me to? Is what pink? Do you more like Eastern or Southern philosophy? What's Southern philosophy? Is it Western philosophy with a twang? Oh, you're not a dumbass. Okay, my mistake. Sometimes I do get it wrong. You could turn out to not be a dumbass, but so far, my hopes aren't up. Ah, you're talking about doing the sides of the lawn, right? With a gas-powered, you got it, edger. I think Eastern philosophy isn't philosophy. It's just spiritualism and mysticism. And, an appeal to NI is an absolute value a lot. It depends on what kind of Eastern philosophy you're talking about. Do you live like you're being smashed? Do you like you're being smashed? I don't I don't know what that means. So I'm going to stop reading your nonsense. It's hard enough to read without my glasses anyway. I don't drink at all. Haven't touched alcohol in 11 years, actually. Now, there's a drug that's actually bad for you if you do it in excess. And there's lots of data establishing that. I don't know what C.S. Joseph is exactly. I do think he's a T-Dom. Thank you, Fly Guy. G Spartan. Is this a new incarnation of G? Weed is okay, helps staying virile. Maybe it does, who knows? I'm not sure if it helps staying virile or if I'm just naturally virile. But either way, we can't conclude from a lack of evidence anything. Hello, hello, fellow brother. So anyway, I was just a little annoyed. It's like, I want to go to that lady's YouTube channel and say, hey, I know I was a little bit, emotional when you came in, angry. You pissed me right off with your first entrance, which was, what do you have your PhD in? Thank God nothing if they're giving out PhDs to her. I'm 54. That's what I should have said. Have you ever read something from Kant? Sure. Read Kant. I haven't done any like whole books or whatever. There's no reason to. It's just a bunch of TI, accounting, so to speak. You got to find the warrant, key warrant, and key claim. Figure out how to operationalize definitions if they're not, because a lot of times you get bullshit non-operationalized definitions because people don't know how to argue. Even Kant's. I mean, he does a pretty good job of accounting for things, but he's still not. He still doesn't account for his own implicit frame of reference at all. But of course, this was a long time ago, so he didn't have cognitive functions. So I can't blame him for that. Bonjour, quelle heure est-il? Omelette de fromage, l'autobus, à la plage. Bonsoir, voulez-vous croissant? That's all the French I know, I think. AB says, so glad you are doing good. I don't have any allegations against me. I'm clean as a whistle. You know why? I'm a very metaphysical guy. So I don't do a lot of physicalities. And I'm pretty, well, I would say extraordinarily clean with my language. So you're not going to catch me there either. Nothing to allege. I'm a good person who tries to do good in the world when I feel like doing something and tries never to do evil. Tries never to sin. But of course, I'm human. I'm not Jesus, so I do sin occasionally. nothing that would be remotely even noteworthy in this day and age. I can assure you of that. I've little history and a long life of doing anything that you might call exploitative or ill-intentioned. But not never. But much more likely, I have to go back to childhood for find genuine malice. Yeah, well, genuine malice that pushed me beyond any bounds. The last time I reacted to something physically was when I was in preschool. I mean, unless somebody else was engaged with some sort of physicality, some sort of fight after school or whatever. I have a couple of fights in my childhood, but as far as like me just being violent, last time I was in preschool when my friend Chad, he wasn't my friend that day. I was singing a Christmas song. Chad started singing a different Christmas song. I was not happy with that. I started singing mine louder. He tried to sing his louder, and I hit him over the head with a rock. And that's the last time I've ever done anything like that. I use words to solve problems like a civilized person. No, I'm not going to grab the camera. I don't like to do a trick for a reward. I'm not some sort of performing monkey. Come on. If you want out, come out. He's just meowing to tell me to come in. That's how bossy this cat is. Can you believe that shit? No, I'm not doing any sort of flip. Took a couple of trash cans up to the street today. It's a day early, but I don't know. They were full and I felt like dealing with them. I'm thinking about moving the trash cans to a different spot. Maybe on the deck. I think it would be a better place for it, really, than by the front door. I put them there because I thought, that's the most convenient place for them. But it's not, I don't really like having trash cans right there, obviously. So, Can you do the shout out for your friend? No, I'm familiar with all the Nicks, of course. There's also the Mikes, Hunt and Oxlong, Oxmells, and there's the Myaz family with their son Dixon. There's the Dickenby family with their daughter Anita. There's the Everywhere family with their son Mike. But you go with like the most the most stupid and boring and just ridiculous one. It's like your childish provocations. They shouldn't satisfy you even if they were to work. I mean, this should satisfy you because you're learning something if you're listening to me. You're learning to be more creative and more interesting at least, right? Right now, I'm holding you hostage. You can get away by leaving any time. So I'm not holding very hard, obviously, because frankly, I wish I had never taken you as hostage in the first place. Let's see. I've had a very good day. Been very pleasant. A lot of good cartoons. Oh my God. There are a lot of good cartoons this season. Let's not lie about that for 1 second. Let's see what it says. I appreciate you ignoring my actual question to fight trolls. I couldn't read it, man. Let me see. Okay, you want me to go inside? Jesus, what was your question? I just missed it. I didn't ignore it. What did you do for work? I did do debate coaching. I was a competition flow debate coach. Be a little bit patient. I get to the chats and it takes me a little while. It's like they'll chat will stall for a bit, so I'll start going off on something, and then I won't necessarily pick up until it picks back up again. Yeah, cartoons, specifically anime. This season on Crunchyroll is so far, just bam, knocking it out of the park. There's a lot of good new cartoons. But I've seen very promising seasons unravel before as shows fail to carry their momentum into the middle of the season or whatever. But we'll see. I got my fingers crossed this one's going to be a great season. Summer 2025 on Crunchyroll. I'm got fingers crossed, like I said, that it's going to be a great season of anime. If you are thinking, should I tune into the summer season? My advice to you would be absolutely you should. Hey, look, everybody, it's Rachel. Can you read some of this chat for
Yeah,
me?
sure.
I don't have my glasses.
Sure.
You could scroll up or down.
Scroll up?
I don't know what I've missed exactly.
Okay. Ominous Void, what did you do?
For a living, I answered that one.
Okay.
Because he got fussy about
Do you
it.
swallow? TWF Troll bingo card. Are you a taker? Are you holding someone hostage? Is it related to reading body language? I think at Cammoto, it's not legal in my state, but they do sell legal pre-rolled, and I am on a mission to discover if I can feel the difference between indica and sativa. I simply failed to see a difference. Ominous Void says, I appreciate you ignoring my actual questions to fight trolls. Lame. Bye. Mahalo. Me, Haleo Popovich. Reading body language goes to a tactile intelligence. The SPs do that very well. Livey cuts cartoons, you said, Eric.
Yeah, I responded to that.
Okay.
Who says hi, Eric? Or what?
Hi, Eric. Hope you're doing good.
Who said that?
David.
Oh.
Camoda says, hi, Rachel and Eric. Hello,
Hi,
Cam.
Moto.
Do you, Popovich asked, do you like South Park, Rick and Morty, and other similar series?
Yeah, I do.
Adia Dudley says, what's going on here?
Well, I'm gonna go out be contrarian here and say I still enjoy the current Rick and Morty.
I do too.
It's not that funny, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, but isn't it still good?
Yeah,
like it's kind of like
they're pretty good at telling stories and keeping you engaged with the characters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's aged as well as South Park in the sense that like South Park is just getting stronger almost continually. There is no.
Yeah.
It's the smartest show on television.
Yeah.
And it's obviously made by an ENTP.
Yeah, and Rick and Morty probably has an ENTP as a character.
Yeah.
And probably the voice actor is probably an ENTP too.
Yeah. I think there was an NTP involved in it before maybe. I don't know, but it's like, I think the main guy in it, Justin Broiland, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he might be an INFJ.
Really?
Well, I
the
mean,
one who's like, who's Rick?
I don't know who does what voice.
He's Rick.
But that's not his natural voice. That's not what he actually sounds like. You hear him in an interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he doesn't sound like Rick.
Wow, I always assumed he was. I heard that he actually like drinks too, like during the recordings.
He is a drunk.
Maybe he isn't an INFJ. It's good advice for INFJs to stay away from alcohol. Well, except for Corey. Corey seems fine drinking.
Yes, it's the one drug he doesn't seem to get into challenges with. I mean, I guess, yeah. So, yeah, kind of opposite of me.
Yeah, it is.
But that would put Justin Broiland more like me than him,
Yeah.
And more like me than you. So maybe I'm wrong about him. I'm basing this on nothing but like a short, like 15-second clip of him talking one time about something.
Oh, wow.
So I have no idea.
See, I was going off of like a 15-second clip I saw of him while he's doing the voice of Rick in the studio.
Oh, I see.
He does look more INFJ if we're going by looks.
Yeah, maybe that influenced me. Inside now, I'll be able to see. I can see all this stuff now up on the TV screen. Meow, 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 meow. Right now we're singing A Whole New World. That's not normally what we do around here, but it is something we do often around here. It's often, but not normal. So in this instance, what I did is I did not make this video monetized because it contains political speech, so I try not to monetize that. I'm not sure you're getting weed that has THC in it, Winston's mom. These days, sativa is the right answer. In the olden days, maybe indica. Camona says, I find joints to hit super strong, but I only smoke them if I'm with someone or out someplace. If I try to smoke them all the time, I cough way too much. Bong is best. I think bong is best too, but Rachel disagrees entirely, going with preferring joints, which I think I'll roll a couple upon we're discussing the matter. Yeah, Firecrotch should have her own channel. That would be a good channel. I just have like shorts with Firecrotch in it. My name is Firecrotch. Welcome to my world. And then just pull the bong rip.
May I have some weed?
Yeah, sure. I was gonna roll joints.
Oh, were you?
If you want to smoke a pipe first, that's fine.
I'm down for a joint.
Okay, well, roll joints regardless. You can still smoke the pipe.
Okay.
Seneca Native American cigs plus weed. Really? You like dabs, but it gets too expensive, says Lively Cuts.
Dabs are expensive. And those, like, I learned with dabs, you have to, like, inhale really slowly because.
Depends how clean it is.
Yeah.
If you get super clean stuff, it's not that coffee.
But even so, like, I found for myself that I had to inhale really slowly because if I treated it like a joint, then I would be coughing up a lung again. My lungs are baby lungs, and they like smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
In contrast, these lungs are made for smoking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these lungs are going to smoke up all of you. Do I believe in God? I'm a Christian. Hi, Nang. You have a smoker for meat? Oh, you're Son of Perdition 666. Well, I don't care what you believe in. I'm not telling you should be a Christian. In contrast, you're telling me I shouldn't be. So, who's really the one who's celebrating the freedom of the will here? Me or you? You don't even know your own ideology. Well, apparently, Son of Perdition is stuck in a bit of a quandary. He's a knucklehead, but I love him. Who? Son of Perdition 666? Satan? Satan's a knucklehead, but you gotta love him. That's an interesting sentence.
That's an interesting sentence. I don't think I've ever heard that sentence before. That Satan's a knucklehead, but I love him.
Yeah. I don't think Linda meant Satan, but I thought that was a better sentence was Satan's a knucklehead, but I love him.
Yeah, to call Satan a knucklehead? That's funny.
Here's a drink for you.
Thank you.
I don't know, roll one for me too. So I just wanted to scold the Anti-Smoking League and their unwanted nanny-ishness. Just you worry about you, okay? Let other people worry about themselves. If somebody's not doing something that's, morally prohibited, so they're not violating rights and stuff, then you let them worry about themselves. That's what I'd say to all of the scoldy pantses out there who are trying to tell you, like, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that all the time. By and large, they should just mind their own business. There are some exceptions, like, unfortunately, these people and their lies convinced me over the years that none of this stuff could be trusted, right? But some bits of it can and should be trusted. For example, don't huff nitrous. It's not a good idea. You can get neuropathy from it. I would recommend not smoking it because of very real, concrete risks that both Rachel and I have experienced. Rachel much worse than me, and that are permanent and potentially totally disabling. But regardless, at least somewhat disabling. So I'd strongly recommend not to do that. And it can happen all at once too. Like you can be huffing one hit of nitrous and everything be fine, and then one day, and then the next day be bam, you get bad neuropathy with the next nitrous hit or something. So it's very reasonable to advise people not to do nitrous. But because those kind of advisements get lost in this flood of garbage, I mean, I learned not to believe these things. And so, the point is when people think that they know what's better, for you to do, and then therefore it doesn't matter if what they're saying is accurate or honest or true or fair or just or whatever. If that's the case, then what they don't get is that they're negatively affecting people's ability to trust actual sources that they should be trusted, right? Because you've got all these politically motivated, agenda-driven research projects, the sole purpose of which is to find some negative impact of some given thing. In contrast, the reality about nitrous didn't come from any kind of concrete warnings from scientists and stuff. It's just something that people started happening to people and became known. You know, there's a serious actual risk of that, and you definitely shouldn't do nitrous. But that's if you want to protect your body. At the same time, I would say it's not weed you're talking about. At the same time, I'm not. If you insist on it, if you say I know, I like to do it and I don't care, then I say fine. Then you do you. I'm not in charge of you. If you say, on the other hand, I like to do it and I don't believe you, Eric, well then you're just being a fool because I'm absolutely telling you the truth. So I try to do harm prevention with the knowledge that I have that's actually gained that could apply to everybody, right? Nobody wants to get neurological problems. Nobody wants to get neuropathy. Nobody wants to have that suddenly happen when they're just doing a drug that they think is cool to do because they like it, you know? Or because they're coping with something. Because when Rachel and I were maximally huffing, we were coping with stuff, you know?
Is he outside?
No, he's in the kitchen.
Oh, God.
He's just being a... I know, he was by the front door, I'm sorry. And now he's going into the kitchen, though.
There you are. I hear you.
How are things with the pond? Asks Cameron. Well, they're stuck where they've been for a while because I started to worry about the possible negative impacts of having a pond over, even if it's several feet over the top of the septic, the leach lines. But then I just realized I don't really know where the leach lines are, nor where they...
I want to follow you.
Well, go ahead. You don't have to stay here and watch the cat. Rachel felt like, well, I've already told Trouble that I'm going to watch him, so. Okay, well, that's great, but.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
Of course, I'd rather be with you. It's FE that's keeping me there.
Yeah. For the cat, that's what's funny about it.
I assign like personalities to the cats. I talk to them like they're real people.
I do too. What does this say?
Like I says, mixing tobacco with marijuana is gnarly. Did we find out about the leech lines yet?
No, I haven't found out where they are. I need to go into town. Yeah. I haven't been into town. We probably won't deal with that till next week. What does that say by David?
David said, sounds like butane lighter gas.
What sounds like butane lighter gas?
Maybe huffing nitrous? I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to huff butane. I don't know why anybody would huff butane. That's incredibly mild.
That's incredibly mild. That's extremely normal.
What is?
I don't know. What's what Fly Guy say?
Let me see if I can. Is that Jared right there?
Yeah. Oh, you're coming back.
Yeah, I do need to talk to him, but I want to walk down there, but I want to have regular shoes on.
Oh,
to
okay.
walk down there.
If you want, I can take over the stream.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Thank you.
You're
Let me
welcome.
go put on my Adidas thing. I walk down there and talk to him.
I don't know what skibbity is, so. Oh, it's one of the forest creatures. No, there's a fireworks warehouse explosion? Where? Skibbity means dangerous. Anytime I see the word, it makes me think of that 90s, early 90s song, skibbity doo bop bop, bop bop bop, skibbity doo bop bop bop, bop bop bop. Scatman, Scatman. I'm the Scatman. That's what I think of when I see skibbity. I shared with like a bunch of my friends this video of the zodiacs as children, and one of them that made me like, a lot of them made me laugh, but one of them that made me laugh, it said it was Taurus, and Eric's Taurus, and it said like Tauruses are stubborn, and there's this little like baby girl who's like sitting by a bunch of like bay leaves. She keeps on grabbing them, and her mom takes it away, or the adult takes it away from her, and she keeps on going for the uh the bay leaves. She keeps on taking them, even though they're keep on getting taken away from her. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is definitely Taurus. I wonder if Scatman was familiar with all the meanings for scat when he made the song. I think so. I'm being nosy and listening. I'm the scat man. Skibbity bidoo bop bop. Bop bop bop. Oh, David, it was so cute. The little girl keep on like having the bay leaves taken from her. Like she grabs them, and then like her mom will be like this, and she'll get the leaves taken away from her. I'm nervous. My mom keeps on texting me, and like I'm playing along with like we're going to Vegas, but I don't know if we're going to Vegas. And it's going to be a mess if we can't go. I don't know if we're going to Vegas. Popovich, Eric would know better. Yeah, we're not sure because the closing of the house. That's true. That's true, social media. Yeah, maybe off because the closing of the house is kind of like one of the deciding factors. Like the money that, I don't know, my mom is being, she's, oh, God, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Fly guy, teacher's not a bad idea, but like Eric didn't like teaching. He taught well, English he was good at. I didn't think he didn't mind. But like dealing with the kids kinda, cuz he taught at a private school and the girls had uniforms and the girls would roll their skirts up to be really short and he always had to like um you know, be like that's inappropriate for school. Hey, Ramazan Kul. Hey, boss lady. Eric is a good teacher of um cognitive functions. It was not just a girls' school. It was a girl and boys' school, but that's why the girls wore all the skirts really short because it was like we want to attract the boys. So what
Boys wanna look at me in my short skirt. Like that.
yeah, I was talking about how when you taught, that's what the girls would do.
Oh yeah. That Rebecca was ridiculous. They were always trying to hike up their skirts, and then the vice principal would say, "Let me see under your shirt if you got it rolled
Rolled.
up," you know. And they'd get in trouble, but they wouldn't get in not very much trouble because they kept doing it, you know.
So would you?
I didn't enforce it. I wasn't gonna touch that with a 10 foot pole.
Oh,
That's the
oh,
vice
okay,
principal's job.
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna touch that with a 10 foot pole.
See,
Fuck no.
I had a teacher though, like, um, in one of my classes, an eighth grade girl was wearing a spaghetti strap tank top, and he was like, "That what you're wearing is inappropriate for school. You got to go to the principal's office."
Yeah, well, if I had a problem with it, I'd tell the principal, vice principal myself at break, and then he'd call the girl
Oh,
down,
I see.
so I didn't have to deal with it. Because I didn't
Yeah,
want to touch
but
that shit with a 10 foot pole.
that
Because I can think of all the possible responses a girl can make to everything, and she can turn that on you so easily.
well, he was a marine and like very much like by the books and an 8 for
Okay,
sure.
well, I mean, and the vice principal was not that, but he was the right type to do it as well. Very no
Mm.
nonsense, very businesslike, and not like me who thinks everything is a debate, right? So it's like, well, if I say meow, the girl could say meow 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 meow. Like, well, why are you looking at my legs, or why, etc. So it's just, I just thought I don't want to touch that shit with a 10 foot
That's
pole.
good.
Let's let the vice principal deal with it.
That's smart. So what was the conversation with Jared?
Oh, it was good. He said, sure, no problem.
For what?
He's gonna water for the 8th and the 9th,
Oh, good. Yeah.
and just watch the house and stuff.
Cool. That's nice. Thanks, Jared and Kay.
Yeah. I think, you know, before we leave, I'll go down there and just talk to him again and say, and by the way, like, nobody's gonna be here. There aren't gonna be any lights on. If you see any lights,
Please
call the
call this.
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be good. We'll have basically house sitters because they're right next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, Jared seems to be one to watch out for the neighbors. So.
And he's got good SI, obviously. When I said, you want me to text you a reminder, he's like, oh, I got you, brother. Don't worry about it.
Aw.
He's got a good relationship with his SI. I think we've got them typed correctly,
Yeah, ISTJ ENFP.
which is a great pairing.
Yeah, it is.
It's as good as our pairing.
Do you think that really is true?
Yeah, because I saw, you can see ESFP not quite work with, well, Cameron as an example.
Mm-hmm.
But ENFP is close, but not
That's
the
dual.
same. ENFP?
ENFP and
Is-
ISTJ are duals.
Okay, well, that makes sense, I guess, because there's no equivalent probably for ENFP, is there? To
So
you, what
the
would the equivalent
equivalent is ESFP ISTJ of what we are.
No, but what would the equivalent be for ENFP?
Oh. Of
Mirage.
a Mirage. INTJ, I believe.
Okay, so what's ISTJ's Mirage?
ESFP.
ESFP. What I'm saying is, I think dual works better.
Yeah, you've always said with.
But I mean, it should be the same because we're all perceivers.
With ISTJ, ESFP.
One would imagine, yeah. That it
Yeah.
would be. It doesn't work for judgers, but it works for perceivers. So I don't know. Probably I'm just extrapolating too much from this data point.
It's something worth examining. Because is it okay? They're duals, so we know from socionics that that's a great relationship, but it could be that the ESFP that is with Cameron is somehow not the norm for ESFP.
Well, in other words, damaged people damage people.
Right.
So it doesn't count if you get an example with a damaged
Yeah,
person.
like ISFJ,
Like
ENTP
my
with
possible
Kimberly.
compatibility with ISFJ is not called into question because of my relationship with Kimberly, because Kimberly wasn't a healthy ISFJ. So there is that. But those two seem to get along just fine.
My roommate from college, her like main man for a really long time was an ISTJ. Like
ESFP, ISTJ.
yeah.
Cool.
Like I don't know, it worked. They didn't end up together, but it wasn't for lack of trying on his part anyway.
You want to go back inside?
Yeah.
It's kind of warm out here. I could go for a beverage. I could go for some water. Do you think you would be a good filmmaker? Not really.
I think I could be.
I think Rachel could be too. I think I'm already not a good filmmaker. I already accomplished that. I've been accomplishing that for the last 10 years. No, I get it. That's not the same. Those are videos, not films. I still think I'd be a good filmmaker. I think filmmaker, it requires an NI vision and probably somebody with a lot of ENTP, ENTJ or TE kind of ways. TESI maybe ESTJ to help them. But they have to be, the TE person has to be the helper, right? No, I'm not watching the Mets versus Yankees. Yes, I am watching the Athletics versus the Giants when it comes on at 7.
Thank you, Capillo. I love you too.
I
think INFP would make a good film, possibly. Losing streaks always suck, but I haven't noticed because I haven't been paying attention because I've been focusing on the A's.
And the eggs are looking lively. They're looking lively.
Dodgers versus Astros will be on Fox in about 15 minutes, says Putty Cat. We haven't been keeping up with the Dodgers either, honestly. Because we've been focusing on the A's. I don't know. It's hard to split attention. I'm different. I'm a different watcher when it comes to the Yankees too. Like, I expect the best from them, and if I don't get it, I get upset.
Yeah, it's like you. It's like me and USC football.
Yeah.
I get disgusted.
Yeah.
With last season was just disgusting. When Lane Kiffin said he wanted to quit the rivalry with Notre Dame, basically because
so dumb.
we couldn't hack it, I just said, "Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me!"
Hi, Karen. Oh, you have a dog? I didn't know that. If you expect the best from the Yankees, what do you expect from the Athletics? I expect gumption. I expect that, like, come on, team, we can do this together. Like, let's win this game.
I expect roller coasters and excitement too.
Mm-hmm.
This team brings a lot of pop, a lot of power, and a lot of just offense in general. The pitching staff's been very hit and miss, but we got a couple key relievers back. I've got high hopes for this team. I think we're 5-5 the last 10.
That's good.
So, you more like music? I don't know if I more like music or not, but I stay and I'll figure it. Don't worry, Rachel and I are both fully oiled up.
Yes.
As always. Hi, Ashiana, and sorry. How old are you, Rachel?
I'm 40. Fly Guy says she named the dog so it was named immediately. Still working on the fish name. Oh, really? Still working on the fish name? It should be Ponyo. I have a goldfish. I've been on Ponyo, like into Ponyo lately. I have my goldfish case.
Ponyo's a good fish name.
Thanks. Where's the mailbox? Oh, for the house. It's across the street, right?
Yeah. With several other mailboxes.
The street.
And a bank of
With
mailboxes.
several.
Yeah, with several other mailboxes.
Other
next to it.
mail boxes. Don't tell me they're gonna pull over something so stupid.
They're just asking where the mailbox is.
With several other mailboxes
In
in a row.
In a row, yeah. Or across, yeah.
Row.
She's not single and ready to mingle now.
Let me sit in the middle so they can get a picture of both of us. So this was sent to my.
Over. You can sit there.
Whoa, that's a weird.
Well, you never sit in the middle either.
Sometimes more than you do.
Now I'm in the middle, like Malcolm.
It just takes some kind little clear in the middle of the ride. Everything will be alright.
There, we're fairly centered. Malcolm in the middle.
Who's Omnis?
4 p.m.
Oh.
Between Fly Guy and Putty Cat.
I see.
I don't see what that picture is.
It's like a face, a dude's face with a goatee and like a bit of a baby face, maybe.
Maybe I'll walk up to the TV and look at it. Do you recognize it, Fly Guy?
It reminds me of the Teletubbies baby, but.
Alright, so we're getting songs about the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. Why don't you just meet me in the middle?
This is good. This is good. We're on a roll.
I don't know that song, I'm assuming it's a song. There's also the Malcolm in the Middle song, which I don't remember how it goes.
Me neither. And like, fuck that dude who was his brother, not the oldest brother.
Yeah, he's a horrible Scientologist.
Mm-hmm. They're bringing that show back, Malcolm in the Middle.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
How is fire season going so far? I saw that there's a big fire in San Luis Obispo. That's a long ways away from us. So far, we have not really any fires around here.
Yeah,
Hopefully, it keeps up that way.
I hope so too.
It's not particularly dry, you know, for July, early July. It's not that dry right where we are. You ever try cutting my brows?
No.
I cut my own brows. Cut them with the shaver thing. I just kind of get the long ones that are sticking out.
You know what trends nowadays is men razoring their eyebrows short, like going to a barber and getting their eyelashes short.
I do pluck them sometimes. I do both. I pluck them in between if I see some particularly crazy one. So I think a career in animation is in general good for E&P. If the animation involves, if it involves like creating the thing, right? If it involves being the driving force behind the content, sure. If it involves doing some kind of grunt work on a project that you don't find, that you personally don't have much respect for, then no, that's not going to work very well. That's what I think about that. It's a bit wet here for July as well. All hair has a length limit. Well, I don't know if eyebrows have a length limit. Probably they do, but it also seems to be the case that they get longer as you get older, eyebrow hairs.
Oh, really? Any new eyebrow hair that I get is white. I'm gonna have white
Cool.
eyebrows.
That'd be cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You look cool with white eyebrows.
Thanks.
You look like a forest elf.
I was just thinking that too.
Like a snow elf, is what I meant to say.
I might look like a snow elf as I get older.
Aren't we adorable? My ear hairs too. I usually burn those off. Try to get those with a lighter. Kind of the easiest way. I'll pluck them out too, though, since they get long. I don't like those. I pluck my nose hairs out. Now you finally believe she's my wife. If I put my hand on her knee. Well.
Body language experts always like to mention how Meghan Markle always has her hand on Harry's knee.
Oh yeah. Look at my body
sometimes
language.
Like this.
What's that with my body language?
Like I'm too cool for school, but like my legs are open, so like I'm laid back.
She's chilling in Norway with Abraham, her husband. That's where she is. Can somebody hide that guy?
Lady Death?
That's you. You're Lady Death, and I'm Father Time.
I never heard of Lady Death before.
She's Father Time's wife, apparently.
Well, you know what? It makes me want to bring out my Dark Goddess stack.
Okay, you do you. It's me, Father Time, and I'm here to tell you, don't misspend your youth.
And I'm Lady Death, and I'm here to let you know,
I don't go for wings, Popovich. I don't go for that, no.
No can do. I can't go for that. No, no.
No,
No can
Enneagram
do.
wings.
Okay, I'm gonna do Eric's. Who Eric's dark goddess is today?
Oh, has he been here before with Rachel? I just thought he was somebody who just came in to insult us for no reason. I didn't know he had actually a history here.
I didn't know either, honestly. I didn't recognize the name.
Father Time is not the same as the Wizard of Oz. What's Rachel's Enneagram? She's a 9.
Do you think I'm a 9? Lately, sometimes I think but I'm such a sexual 9. I want to like be with you always, and like I meld, enmesh myself in the relationship.
Well, I mean, I'm not a 9, and I'm just as relationshipy as you are.
Yeah, they say that sexual 9s tend to like take on traits of their partners and stuff. The only like you don't think that I'm a 6 first, do you?
No, I think you're a 9 first. Just think about when you were freaking out about your mom. How you're freaking out about that. That's as 9 as it gets.
Is it really?
It's me, in my opinion, because you're concerned that you're going to have to deal with anger that you can neither appease nor get away from.
Yeah. What do all 9s do?
I haven't used it, Pretty Cat. I might want to use it. Dave says, when was the last time you did tarot reading? Not a super long time ago.
No, not a long time ago.
Oh, would you like the last bit of macaroni and cheese?
I didn't even know you made some.
Yeah, I got like half serving left. You want it?
Yeah, please.
I'll heat it up for you.
Thank you.
Want ketchup and pepper?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Actually, no ketchup this time. I'm gonna have.
Yeah, I'll give you more pepper. That's what I did with my second bowl as well.
Oh, yeah?
It's quite good. And I put a little salt on it too.
Ooh. I always like salt. Okay, Eric's dark goddess.
The goddess within.
I don't even know how to say this. Erish, ERESHKIGAL.
Eric Kickle? Eric Kickle?
Yeah, Eris Kegel.
Eris Kickle. Okay.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Hey, that's a trigger for me. I need you to respect my feelings.
Eris Kegel is the Mesopotamian goddess of the underworld. Oh my gosh, so maybe you're Lady Death.
Right, I'm Lady Death. That makes you Father Time.
Yeah!
That makes more sense.
It does. This is Eric's dark goddess. And she's the Mesopotamian goddess of the underworld. She is a fearsome goddess who rules from her palace over the underworld's kingdom.
Yes, she does.
Ereshkigal makes sure that the good are rewarded and the wicked are punished.
Yeah, she does. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. That's a good job for her to have.
Yeah. Who would like a dark goddess tarot? Oracle, whatever. Yeah, Oracle.
You didn't pick one for yourself yet.
Okay, I'll pick one for myself. Okay, show media is next. I'll pick one for me first. And then show media. I'm the Freddy Krueger of your dreams. Me. 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 Good night, Jenny Thong. I remember you.
What'd you get?
I didn't choose yet. Okay. Me. Frigid. Inspiration.
Just as Father Time inspires Lady Death, so do you inspire me.
Yeah. Thank you. Mmm.
Why don't you pull one for Carrot and she's gonna get mad?
Carrot?
Like I says, Carrot always gets mad when she misses the poll.
Okay. Carrot. Oh yeah, fortitude. This is Carrot. Carrot's dark goddess.
And then you gotta do show media.
Yep.
So we'll read about this one first.
Yeah. Well, I like to read a little bit about them because I don't know anything about Oya, fortitude, but that means good luck.
Yeah, well, I made a box of macaroni and cheese earlier. I planned to eat the whole box of mac and cheese and then make Rachel a fresh box of mac and cheese when she got up. But instead, I couldn't quite. I had like a half a serving left. This is probably what Rachel would normally eat, the amount, before she puts the rest in the fridge. So she'll probably finish this, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oya is the your Uban Orisha of the storms, winds, lightning, death, and rebirth. Ooh, maybe Lady Death is actually Carrot.
Maybe.
She is known as the mother of nine for the 9 estuaries of the Niger River. Is that how it's said?
Yeah, that's right.
Of which she is patroness. Her name translates to she tore as her winds tear at the water's surface. She is a water sign, Carrot.
Okay. Yes, War, it does, but then they have to leave disappointed.
Okay. Show media. Ooh, Fly Guy makes a good point.
Have I ever typed Ike? I don't remember typing Ike.
I don't remember.
Did I ever type you? I don't remember typing you. I don't think I've ever talked with you before.
Okay, you could get a reading too. You're next after show media.
I did. Huh? What did I type you as?
Huh. Oh, we did?
No, not really.
Oh.
I want the link. No, I'm answering what's his mom. No, I don't want the link necessarily.
Okay,
I just want to know what I'm
media.
typing at. ESTP? Well, it's possible I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, I'll retype you. Certainly, I've already paid for it amply.
Okay, so Shomida is Namani potential. This is you. Is Namami. And she represents potential. So HI. Izami is the Japanese goddess of both life and death. She and her consort is Izangai descended from heaven, and together out of chaos formed Japan, the Japanese archipelago, and populated it with the gods and goddesses. When Izanami gave birth to the fire god, her body was destroyed and she died. Izanami then traveled to Yomi, the underworld, where she ate the food of the dead, which bound her to remain there for eternity. Ooh. You have infinite potential to spread out before you. Iznami can aid you in peering into the chaos and the darkness to imagine wonderful new possibilities. That's what you got. Ike is next.
I have not found Ike to be typically fond of bad mouthing people.
Me neither.
Oh, I typed you ENTP. That I'm not, in engaging with you around here, I've never thought you seemed like an ENTP. Japanese isn't a religion. No, it's a culture that produces religious and spiritual notions or concepts, artifacts, if you will, of the people's spirituality, which includes Shintoism and Oni, stuff like that. They're sort of general spiritual concepts. So they might have goddesses, or something that would be interpreted in English as goddesses is certainly a reasonable thing to state, because Japanese people are very ethnocentric and quite determined to present a unified self-concept.
In my dream world, you and I go to Japan, and they like me so much, and they think that I look like an anime character, so they make an anime out of me.
That might happen. Do you like isekais? Yeah, I like isekais a lot. Why am I Christian? Well, I became Christian when I quit drinking, and it facilitated that process. I guess that might be one answer.
Okay. Ike. Ike.
Thanks, Putty Cat. I wish you a happy and safe July 5th as well.
Ike, you got Durga, strength. She has a nose ring.
Did Zoe text you back?
Oh, yeah, she did.
What'd she say?
I didn't read it.
Let me see.
Okay, Durga. Durga is a Hindu warrior goddess of protection, strength, motherhood, and war. Meaning, you are a courageous warrior. Feelings of anger, fear, and shame are normal. That's how you act on them. It's how you act on them that is most important. Durga wants you to focus on taming your wild emotions so that you may use them as a force for good. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about maybe ending the stream.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Well, this is going on the phone here. And I kind of want to pay attention to that.
Okay.
Maybe also not in public.
Okay.
Since, it's business dealings and stuff. All right, so we're gonna part for now. Yeah, maybe, who knows, if Rachel feels like it later, maybe she'll stream later. If I feel like it later, maybe I will. But for right now, we are dealing with, we're just answering real estate questions like, that cat is called Trouble. That's what it's called. We might be back later. Anyway, love you all. See you soon.